Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for a very rare occurrence, and that is I'm actually recording the video the day it goes live. For the first time in God knows how long, this isn't a backdated video to allow me to keep playing the game. This is actually recorded live on Thursday the 16th of July. So, I took a few things into account. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but there was requests for English subtitles. Now I realise you do get subtitles on here, and I realise that my accent is that slangy in Scotland that they don't really pop up well or translate well. So I'm going to try and do the Drew McIntyre approach, which is try and speak a bit more slow and clearer to allow people to maybe understand a bit better. If you do struggle, then it's because I'm pretty much about 20-30 minutes away from where Nikki Cross grew up, and I struggle to understand her on SmackDown sometimes. So if you do as well, that's completely understandable. But anyway, on to what's happening today. Today is going to be the third and final instalment of the Peaking Tides simulation. This is going to take us up to, as you can see, the first week of April in 1997, which you could say, well, it was the year the Attitude Era started, but you could say it's starting to get to that time frame with us at WrestleMania 13. So it's going to be interesting to see the transition that happens, because when we started the mod in 91, so obviously we are in 97, in the WWE, WF at the time, WCW, there was a massive shift in talent in direction of people who they were pushing. So I'm really intrigued to see how much this save doesn't bring through that next generation. There was some very interesting names in the WWF. I had a wee look over it, but most of this I'm going to find out at the same time as you guys do as well. So, before we get in, as always, thanks for taking the time out to watch the video. If you want to get social, you know what to do. And if you want to buy the game, check out some mods or other people's content. Links are in the description as well. So we can see off the bat it was WrestleMania 13. So we'll dive straight into the WWE or WWF's history, because we obviously need to cover WrestleMania 12. We obviously done the other WrestleManias before then. So let's jump in and let's see the hap. Would be better if we went Company Wars. Thank you very much. So, wee quick look here. WWF leads the way with WCW, both at big. ECWA in third, then AAA. Then All Japan, of course, we know. New Japan is no longer a thing. They are defunct. We do have ECW in 17th, and Herb Abrams' UWF continues in P10. The WWF in 1997 still has Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage leading the way. You get Bret Hart there, Jake Roberts, and a very interesting Johnny Polo in there at number 5. So, show history, if I can find it, there we go. 1996, let's go all the way to WrestleMania 12, if I can find it. Where are we, Mania? Just try to see here. So it's In Your House, Royal Rumble, In Your House, so it should have Mania, roughly show 1 to 1. So as always, we'll just kind of look at the main matches and get an idea from there, because there's a lot to cover over a period of time. So the main event in 96 was the Ultimate Warrior winning the WWF Heavyweight Championship from Randy Savage, which was in 92. We had Diamond Dallas Page defeat Johnny Polo and Saba Simba to retain the WWF title. Tony Atlas in 96 at WrestleMania in the co-main event. That's quite an interesting dynamic for a triple threat match at WrestleMania, that's for sure. Also, the Big Boss Man defeat Bam Bam Bigelow. The Pirates of Nikolai Volkov and Jim Neidhart were defeated by Bret Hart and the Great Muta. The Legion of Doom defeated Sergeant Slaughter and Marty Jannetty, I was going to call Marco Jannetty there, Marty Jannetty in a tables match for the WWF World Tag Team titles. Bruno Sassi defeated Hercules Hernandez in a matchup there that was 77 rated. And we also had Shane Douglas, Jake Roberts and the Dark Patriot defeat the Genius and the Exiles. So Doug Gilbert, Jake Roberts in there, Shane Douglas, Bob Bradley, Kerry Von Erich and Lanny Poffo all involved there. And the opener, may as well add that as well, was the team of the IRS Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine defeating the Nasty Boys. Fast forward to 1997 and we'll see a main event for the WWF Championship as Randy Savage wins it by defeating Johnny Polo for the belt. So in that gimmick, Johnny Polo was champion and loses it in the main event of WrestleMania. Bret Hart defeated a returning Hulk Hogan in the co-main event. Obviously Hulk went to WCW but has come back to the WWF, so that's the first time in any real save I've saw someone constantly switch back and forth between two companies. We had Razor Ramon defeat Diamond Dallas Page to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship. So quite cool there to see two real life friends going one-on-one. The Legion of Doom defeated the Natural Disasters in Slaughter and Jannetty to retain the World Tag Team Championships. The Melita, the Big Boss Man and Saba Simba defeated the Pirates, Volkov and Bam Bam Bigelow. Danny Davis defeats Shane Douglas. The Dark Patriot over the Great Muta. And we had Tito Santana, the Genius, and Greg Valentine defeat the Orient Express alongside Kevin Von Erich. Would that have been Tatanka and Paul Diamond, I believe, in that one. Also, Virgil defeat Miguel Perez Jr. and a couple of early pre-show matches as well. So very, very interesting. No Shawn Michaels, no Triple H, no Steve Austin. We'll touch on that shortly. And of course, because, well, it would have been there actually, no Rocky Maivia either. So we'll have a look and see if they've entered, well, obviously most would have entered the wrestling world, but where they are. So in terms of champions, Savage is on his fourth reign as the WWF champion. We'll just touch on the current holders. If you wish to view the history, please just pause the video and take a little look. IC champion is with Razor Ramon for the first time. The last King of the Ring winner was still Tito Santana, so they haven't ran King of the Ring. Very realistic there. The Rumble was won in 97 by Macho Man Randy Savage for a second time. Very duplicated in their winners of that. I've noticed that in a lot of saves though, it's duplicated winners of the Rumble. And your current tag team champions for the sixth time are Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom. If we quickly check stables, if there's anything new, 93, 1984, so they're still going, 97, so the Melita, a 5-person cult formed in January 97, is the team of Bret Hart, Ric Flair, Big Boss Man, Saba Simba, and Jimmy Hart, and the Pirates have been about since 1993. Very interesting, and it's going to be quite interesting to see who is propped up in WCW. So their main guys, a few familiar names, you may recognise them. So the main guy is Roddy Piper. They've also got Rick Martel, Mr. Mark Callis, aka The Undertaker, Dr. Death Steve Williams, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels in WCW, where the big boys play, the Steiner Brothers, Van Vader and Sting, just to name a few others. You can see there Luger, Pillman, JR, Tony Schiavone, Paulie Dangerously, the franchise. So many interesting names there in WCW. Now with them, of course, it's Starrcade. So we'll jump to Starrcade 1996. We'll just have a look at the main matches there. In fact, there's not too many, so we'll go through them all. But it was Big Van Vader defeating Sting in a strap match to retain the WCW World Heavyweight title. Wade Piper defeat Brad Armstrong in a ladder match. Steve Williams defeats Hulk Hogan in a dog collar match. The team of Robert Gibson and Brian Pillman defeating Kurt Hennig and Terry Taylor to retain the NWA World Tag titles. Shawn Michaels defeats Lex Luger by DQ. The Juicer defeats Dustin Rhodes for the NWA Television Championship. Arn Anderson and Bob Eaton defeat the Revival in the form of El Cubano and Owen Hart. And we also had Ric Flair and the Steiner Brothers defeat Ted DiBiase and the Skyscrapers. And also, the Giant is propped up. So, that's a very interesting figure. Interesting to see how over he would get in a really long term save. Starrcade 95, so the year before, and at the 85 rating, it had Sting defeat Ted DiBiase to retain the WCW World Heavyweight title. Shawn Michaels and Brad Armstrong defeated Arn Anderson and Bob Eaton for the NWA tag titles. Van Vader and Lex Luger defeated the Steiner Brothers. Mark Callis defeated Steve Williams. Rick Martel over Ric Flair. The Italian Stallion defeated the Juicer for the NWA World Television title. Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker defeats Tracy Smothers. Brian Pillman and the Breakout defeat Dustin Rhodes and Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. We'll see the Breakout is there. Mike Moore and Rip Rogers. And the Skyscrapers defeat the Master Blasters for... That's a hell of a tag team, that. The NWA United States Tag Team Championships. In terms of current champions, the NWA United States is Shawn Michaels for the second time. Get a list of talents here. Hogan, Mark Callis, Ric Flair, Dustin Rhodes, Sting. That's some amount of very talented individuals there. United States Tag Team with Tim Horner and Z-Man. The World Tag Team with Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson. The World Television with the Juicer. And the WCW World Heavyweight Championship is currently with Big Van Vader. In terms of stables, Coalition features Shawn Michaels, Brian Pillman, Kevin Sullivan and Missy Hyatt. The Revival has been there since 1994, and the York Foundation still going since 1990. So we'll take a wee look at ECW just to see who they've got. If you can imagine, this company, the main people in WCW: Jim Duggan, Tony Atlas, Big Dick Dudley, Chubby Dudley, Boris Malenko, Tony Rumble, the Blue Meanie, and Kevin Sullivan. I'm just looking through the list there. A few names caught my eye. Steve Austin, not very over. Hell of a talented, but he's never kicked in. A couple injuries though, which is not going to do him well. He's had a partial elbow MCL rupture, and he also previously had Pott's fracture. And we also, underneath him, have a young Jeff Hardy, who in some places was more over than Austin at 19. And he's not only entered the business, he entered the business in March 94. And of course, Matt Hardy in there as well. He would have been March 94 as well. Not October 92, because obviously he's a bit older, so he entered earlier. But still quite cool to see them actually being together as well, with the AWF and ECW. In terms of their champions, that's the only one I'm going to cover for them. Tag champions, national tag champions, Ian Rotten and Chicky Star. World Heavyweight is the Blue Meanie, and the World Television Champion is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So I want to actually search and see if we can find a few people. This could be a laugh, try to find them, but we'll see what we can do. So Glenn Jacobs at this moment in time is on a handshake deal with DDT. Not very over, and obviously the Kane character I think debuted 2 months after this current date, so yeah, it's safe to say I don't think he's going to have the same success that he had in real life, but yeah, quite cool to see him. Are we going to get a Paul Levesque? We are. Let's have a look where Paul Levesque is. He is with the AWF and OVW, and he never got over at all. Still plenty of time in terms of age, but yeah, he's never really hit any heights in the wrestling world. And that final one I wanted to check Rocky Maivia, OVW, WXW, and I think his career's not long begun. In fact, he only entered the business, well, he's been in it for about 18 months, 18 months probably. It'll be interesting to see if he can get over with that 100-star quality. However, this is the last edition of Peaking Tides that I was going to do as this particular type of video. Next week, it's already been recorded the first phase, and that is the 2005 mod of Reigns of Terror. All the details of who made the mod, etc. I don't have to hand, but they're all in the description, and there's a download link to it as well. We'll be covering the first 2 years. It'll take us to 2007, and then I'll do another one to take us to 2009. After that, I'll take a break from any sort of Watcher series videos, just because we are clustering the channel with a lot of videos. And what I want to try and do as well is there's an achievement to get 50 years in, so I do want to take some time to try and get that achievement by pretty much holidaying 50 years, because my WWE save, my AEW save, I'm not going to go 50 years. So this is as close as we're going to get. And there's that thing about Austin. X-Force have kicked them out. So thanks very much for watching. Let us know if you are playing Peaking Tides and how you're booking it and how you're finding it. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for some content, I believe is an NXT TakeOver. I think it's NXT TakeOver or WrestleMania weekend. I might be wrong in that, but if I'm not, Mania hopefully should be on Monday. So if you haven't saw what happens, aka on the stream at twitch.tv/21Maxwell, cheap plug, thumbs up, then definitely, as I say, check that out on Monday. We make an arse of it, but I make some changes afterwards that allow us just to have a bit more freedom on the series. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.